Season 2, Episode 3. Let's dive in. Reintegrated Mark's head first. I'm excited. We got some crazy things in this episode. Christopher.
Yes.
We got Dylan meeting his Audie's wife. We got bloody Brianna Tarth with some goats.
People in goat costumes.
Things are now in motion that cannot be undone.
Let's go through each character, kind of talk about what they did and our thoughts. We're going to be doing weekly recaps of this, so if you haven't subscribed and liked already, do that so you don't miss new videos. So let's start off with Mark, eh? First of all, the ending had me like...
But you can't do this to me.
You know how much I sacrificed?
Seriously, though. He tries to send a message to his innie by burning his retinas.
Yeah, it seemed a little extreme.
Yeah. The idea was he would like stare into that light so it'd be like burn into his retinas and then go down on the floor and see that message.
Not a great plan.
I feel like that's bad. That's got to be bad for the eyes, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Even Ragabi tells him, he's like, you're probably going to blind yourself with that. And also it doesn't work because it wipes the slate clean when they go down on the severed floor. She's the reintegrator from the last season. She tells him that last time she saw Gemma, she was alive. And so that clicked, and Mark was like, I'll get reintegrated. And so he takes the procedure, and bloody fantastic scene, if you ask me. I loved it.
Oh, yeah.
That was
You
so
remember
cool to watch.
what's the worst thing you ever done here? Why do your parents hate you? You know, asking all the hard-hitting questions.
Yeah. It's so simple, too. Like, the equipment she uses, it's very crude and rudimentary, and it's like, goes back to that kind of high concept, low budget almost, where you don't need a whole lot of fancy stuff to get people compelled or interested in the show. But like seeing all that, it doesn't, they're like wavelengths. Like it's like not interesting or not high tech.
Yeah.
But you're so invested, and then you see the flickering of Innie and Audi. It's so good.
So good.
It is. And can you remind me? So his pal, he retired? The buddy that...
Yeah, so Petey from season 1,
yes.
he reintegrated.
Through this FBI, CIA, mafia lady, whatever.
Well, she used to work at Lumon. She's an ex-Lumon employee. She's not, I don't know if she's severed, but she explains in season 1 that she used to work at Lumon, and it's hinted that she used to implant people with the chip. So she's got extensive knowledge of Lumon and what they do.
But she did that with Petey, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then it wasn't, she didn't do it right, and he just ended up dying from it eventually.
Well, she
Is
said
that what happened?
she did it right, but Petey didn't follow like her instructions afterwards. I guess there were some things that you were supposed to do, but he didn't really do.
So she's blaming it on him, huh?
Oh yeah, that's what any good manager does.
Well, it
Shifts the
sounded
blame.
like she was like, oh, it's better now. I'll do great. You'll be fine here.
Mm-hmm.
And so this reintegrating basically just makes it so he can swap both ways here, or he can just remember what's going on the Innie, or what?
I think it's
do we know?
like all the memories from Innie and Audi are merged into one.
So when he goes in, it's swapped to the Innie, but the Innie can remember the Audi.
I don't know if there's any swapping that would go on. I think it's just him now, a one person.
He's just all, and
yeah.
We'll see what happens.
That's what the wavelengths did. Talking about reintegration, there's Helena might just be completely reintegrated, because in this episode, she was like really weird on both the Audi and the Innie.
Stop being weird!
I'm not. I'm trying. I'm not, man.
And it seemed like she was kind of like trying to reconcile both personalities. Do you think she's reintegrated or not?
It definitely feels like the Audi's the Innie.
Mm-hmm.
And each episode more and more, like this one, it feels forced, you know, and she seems a little too normal compared to the other Innies.
The thing that I noticed was there's a moment between her and Mark where they're like about to kiss, almost like a grade school kind of moving in closer, but it got super awkward real quick.
Oh, yeah.
And so to me, I was like, I feel like Helly R would have just kissed him, but Helena is not there.
Yeah. I do have a theory. Little Asian girl. What if that's Mark's kid?
Christopher.
His wife's age. She's Asian. I mean, I didn't think much of it, but today that's a common thing, you know?
Did they say it? How long they've been married, or maybe, I don't know.
And maybe they cloned it. Maybe it was a goat and turned human, you know, did the whole evolution cycle. And
maybe the little Asian girl, Miss Wong, is a young Miss Casey, a young Gemma.
Hey, maybe
Who's to say?
I have no evidence. maybe
That's what
she's
this
gotta
is
be
for,
someone's
Chris.
kid.
Speculating.
Just throwing stuff at the wall, wishing for the best.
Yeah. Well, speaking of goats, they go to the goat department.
Brianna
Brianna Tarth's there, a lot of other guys. They got a goat man in a goat suit.
Yeah.
For me, I was like, it's a bit silly. It's a little bit...
It was funny. Like, I laughed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's definitely a sillier episode. Because, yeah, like you said, the awkward kiss. There's a lot of, like, awkward scenes.
Yeah, I'm getting Lost vibes, and not in a good way.
Oh, yes.
I hope it works out. I hope it's not just a red herring. Maybe it's just like, hey, remember these goat things that don't have anything to do with anything?
Maybe they, like I said, they raise them as goats and they somehow turn into humans. And maybe a little Asian girl, what's her name?
Miss Wong.
Maybe Miss Wong came from a goat. They cloned her. Or maybe they needed the goat milk. Maybe that's what it is. You got to get the milk.
Chris, I like your thinking because it's weird. It's a weird theory, but weirder things have happened.
No, they haven't. No, they haven't. All right, guys.
You know?
Maybe they got to sacrifice a goat to bring Cthulhu back to life. You know, whatever it is here.
Irving, he's kind of tasked. I guess all of MDR is working to find Miss Casey. They give out little paper slips and asking other departments. He goes to O&D, Bert's old stomping grounds, talks to his old co-worker from there, and not much happens. He finds out that the elevator that he's been seeing, the mysterious elevator, is a mysterious elevator.
It's real.
Yeah.
Exporting or something, right?
So not much develops there. We just know that it's ominous. So Miss Cobel, we start off on her. She's getting out of Dodge. She decides to, miles away from town, decides to head back to Lumon. Had a chat with Helena in a pretty tense scene. They're playing 4D chess with each other, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she's like, I'm doing this. I want to run the Severed. No deal.
Yeah.
It needs to be quality on my end, otherwise no f***ing deal.
So she's about to go, talk to the board, and then she sees that security guard. She's like, nah, man.
Nope.
Story's kind of still up in the air what's going to happen there. I think she might work with Mark on bringing down Lumon, because it seems like she has a grudge against Lumon or has like information on them that could bring them down. But who's to say? We'll see.
Yeah.
And then last one, which was, I'm really excited to see where this storyline goes, is Dylan.
Ooh.
His Audi wife, he actually meets her in the Severed Floor, played by Merritt Weaver from New Girl fame, Nurse Jackie.
Thinking The Walking Dead.
Walking Dead, yeah, she's great in a lot of things.
I just remember being annoyed by her in The Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to spoil this because who cares? But they did like a full episode on just like her character. And I'm like, oh, she's so annoying. And then she just gets like shot dead. And then I never saw her again. I was like, thank you.
They needed some filler episodes in that. They needed some filler seasons
sure
actually in that show. Anyway.
They sure did.
But Dylan, he gets to meet his Audi's wife in a pretty awkward but interesting moment. She shows him her kids and everything and kind of explains to Dylan's Innie that he messes up, he's not figured out life yet.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sad because you get a sense that the wife might prefer the Innie more than her Audi.
Oh, yeah. It's like that one movie you told me to watch with the couples and the... Yeah, it could be like... hey, maybe she's gonna have the old affair.
Maybe.
Sneak around, go visit Innie, and pull it outy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think, yeah. I think there's some interesting implications there about, love and would it be considered cheating but I think this is a perfect vehicle to talk about weird things like that.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets her pregnant, it's his kid.
Yeah.
You can't...
All this to say, I think this episode is, the best one so far, if I could say that.
It's the first one that goes back and forth, which is what I've been begging for.
Oh, yeah. I like that. And I'm super excited to see the next episode, how Mark's reintegration, you hope and you beg that nothing bad happens to him. Also, just remember this bit where at the end of the episode, it usually cuts to black and it says Severance or directed by Ben Stiller. But this one was the first one that went to white and said directed by Ben Stiller. Just a little visual cue to say the script has flipped, Christopher. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Thanks for watching these highlights of our episode of the Stale Popcorn Podcast. If you want to listen to the full episode, check out the links in the description. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if you do that with your favorite YouTuber, I'm sure they would appreciate it too. Thanks, and have a great day.
Popcorn?